So I originally came to you because I had a couple of issues that I was dealing with personally. Predominantly, they revolved around anxiety, particularly social anxiety. Um, I had trouble in my relationships. Um, I had past traumas that I hadn't dealt with. I had grief that I hadn't processed. Felt I was just being held back in life, unable to move forward. Felt like I was just stuck in a black hole, unable to get out of it, and just not moving anywhere. On the worst days, it would be pretty intense. If we're talking 1 to 10, it would be up around between 8 and 10. Those days I would really just become reserved and close in on myself, not talk to anyone, not be able to, not motivated to do things, didn't want to go out. Some days I just wanted to sleep all day in bed, and that led to a lot of very dark thoughts in my mind, about not wanting to be here anymore. 3 years ago, I went to my first therapy sessions, and it was cognitive behavioral therapy. It was introduction to the world of therapy. I did about a dozen of those sessions, but I found that they didn't really help me to progress, and because it only went so far for me, and but I needed something else to bring me further.
So in essence, does that mean that your symptoms stayed the same?
Yeah, they stay the same, and after the therapy I just went back to the way I was and got worse even. I then tried EMDR therapy, but still it just couldn't bring me over that final hurdle. I would always, with EMDR, I would reach a point where I would just get stuck.
And that's, I suppose that brings us to the point where you started working with me.
Yeah.
Now we've done a 5-session program. That's what you did with me.
Mm-hmm.
So you might talk about how that was different working with me.
Yeah, sure.
The other things that you've done.
Yeah. First of all, what struck me first was that once I reached out to you, you got me to complete a form of to give details about what was really bothering me and what I wanted to achieve from the sessions. So it was great to set out my objectives and really convey to you what was troubling me. And the sessions themselves, I found to be really beneficial. It's great that I didn't have to go anywhere. I could do it from the comfort of my home, in a safe space. You were extremely helpful and understanding and great at guiding me through the process. And I found hypnotherapy to be so much more impactful than previous therapies I've done. The intensity of those things that I mentioned previously reduced dramatically. So even now, from today, I can tell you that I don't get irritated at all much by things I would normally get irritated by. My depression has just been lifted. I don't wake up wanting to not be here. I don't go into things not looking forward to them. I actually finally have some excitement back in my life. I feel happy and grateful to be alive. My social anxiety has reduced dramatically, and I know that for a fact because I've since tested it. I've gone into the office, I've met with friends, I've met new people, and it's amazing how my levels of anxiety have just been reduced dramatically. Now when I have social interactions, I'm not worried about what people are thinking of what I'm saying.
So let's talk numbers, because you
Yeah.
were scoring yourself on your symptoms all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
So you might share with the viewers what you've shared with me about how those scores developed over the last 3 weeks. I remember when you started, everything was around the 6, 7, 8, 9 mark.
Yeah.
Right? And where are we now?
Yeah, so you're correct in saying that for all my symptoms, they were rating around the up very high 7, 8, 9, 10 area. And now after 5 sessions, they're all down around 0. So my life has improved a lot. I find that my relationships are a lot more stable now. Because I'm not getting irritated or not causing problems. I'm much more communicative with people in my life, whether they be my family and friends. So, previously I would have had to be the one that people approach. Now I can reach out to people and approach them. Everything's going great at work as well. I can go into the office without feeling anxious about running into people. And yeah, just in general, I just feel a lot more confident in myself, a lot more emotionally stable, a lot more emotionally intelligent as well, which is very important when dealing with people, especially people close to me. And I just have a great motivation, drive to try new things and to finally start living my life again, because the past few years it's just been a stop sign put in front of it. But now I feel like I've got the green light to go ahead and live it the way I want to live it.
Wonderful. That sounds really, really great.
Yeah.
So here comes the big concluding question. Would you recommend this program to other people?
Completely, yeah. I couldn't recommend it enough, to be honest. Mostly because of how great you are, Susanna. You're a fantastic guide, mentor, and just the fact that you can achieve so much results in very little time. And I think people who do decide to avail of your services will be amazed at how fast they can achieve results, and the what's the word I'm looking for? I guess how big those results can be as well, you know. So yeah, if anyone's watching, I'd encourage you to, if you're having trouble with something, whether it's trauma in your past or in your present, reach out to Susanna and she can help you. Definitely.
Thank you very much, Sean.